Yo, what up? It is the 15th of March 2024. It is currently 5:53 p.m. on a Friday. And today we have something very interesting to do. And we have a letter. But what we're going to be doing today is involving my second copy of the game that I just acquired. I made a bonus episode showing off the intro sequence to that town, which is probably going to be the most you'll see of it because it's not, the focus of the series is this town, and it's also not going to be, I'm not going to use it, probably not going to use it too much, and also it's not going to have much in it. But yeah, so we're going to do all the normal stuff, all the daily tasks. So until recently, I've only been planting the same color of flower together, but then I accidentally planted a different color next to them. Then this crazy colored flower bloomed nearby. That couldn't have been just a coincidence, right? I wonder. Did a little flower breeding tutorial, basically. So yeah, I don't know if I'll just get the multiplayer stuff out of the way. Well, not out of the way, but I mean, like, just, do it now. Might as well, right? Alright, let's go and... gotta play multiple hands right now. So, this, I will admit, this isn't the first time I'm doing this. I did briefly test, I believe, last night to see if this worked, but I didn't do anything. I'll say that much. Okay, wait, I have to pull that weed. But yeah, I didn't do anything. I didn't, I literally just had Shovel from the other town come over for just like a minute, basically. I just wanted to make sure it worked. So yeah. A good evening to you. As the day nears its end, try to watch your step. At any rate, is there something that I can do for you at this time? Invite guests? Yeah. By choosing DS to DS, you can have a friend visit who is close by. To host a friend who is far away, choose Nintendo WFC. Which would you prefer? DS to DS. Without further ado, I will start DS wireless communications. Then you can host visitors from nearby towns. Hoorah! Okay. I shall make necessary preparations right away. Registering now. Please wait a moment and do not turn the power off. That's a normal thing to say to someone. Oh, now I'm going through similar dialogue with Copper on the other game. Understood. I shall open the gate. Hoorah! Okay. I'm gonna go out. Choose DS to DS to visit a friend who's close by. We're going to be choosing that. Alright, okay. We should make necessary preparations right away. So, I'll now search for a town with an open gate. Mateiio, the home of Spoon, is open for you to visit. Hoorah! I'm going to go there. I will take care of that, of course. It will take just a moment. Ooh, a visitor. Here he is. Shovel has come to play. Hoorah. This will take a second. So this is interesting, because most games I feel that use communications activate it through the menu. Okay, so Shovel's now outside. I just lost when I could talk to Booker. Any visitor today? I wonder if the visitors actually go away. Oh, I see. I was just talking about Shovel. So I don't know if... I think any visitor who was here would have left because... There's another guy. Oh, hello there. So I can control... And then if we... Oh, oopsie. If I show you the other DS... Wow, isn't that amazing? I guess I'll just show through Mateio's eyes because it makes the most sense. Let's walk together, I guess. This is weird. Ugh. So you can't control... Oh, is that? Oh, you can't control, like, perfectly with the person because it's, like, there's a bit of latency. So let's just take Shovel inside. So... The main thing that needs to be done here is to get the final shop upgrade, you need to have a visitor from another town buy something at the store. It's interesting that it kind of looks like we're being lit by like a weird. Huh. Anyway, so it looks like Nook's behavior is a bit different. I guess because this is about Shovel buying something. I'll switch to his view for a sec. It looks a little bit. It looks like Nook doesn't follow around the player. I suppose because probably because, you know, it's hard to follow multiple people at once. Is my catalog? Should place orders in your own towns. Damn. Okay, well let's see. What do I want to buy? Oh, this baby bear is cute. So yes, I did play in Rolfton separately, and I made some money, so I have enough to buy something. Now, with buying this, that should be enough, like all that I have to do, as far as I know. Yeah. Oh god, you can sort of run into him. So, now with that done, there's basically nothing else left to do. Or rather, I should say, there's not much, you know. There's some stuff that will be relevant, but for now, why is the owly music not? Oh, there we go. I was so confused. But yeah, as far as I know, there's not much else that needs to be unlocked through this communication. Although one thing that will happen, I think, I don't know, this might be exclusive to online communication, but Katie, the little cat who appears in some games, will sometimes show up in a village being like all lost. And that'll only happen if you if another town has visited you, or if you've visited another town, I think. So yeah, I think that's basically about it. So I think we'll be sending off we'll be sending a Shovel away. And now obviously this doesn't all sound terribly exciting, but what it means is that my shop should be upgrading to its final form, which is very which will be very exciting, because obviously I don't have that right now. Alright, so let's get Shovel out of here. So I will bring in I will bring Shovel in from time to time, or go to Shovel's town at some points, because I want to... One thing, actually, I will bring this up now, I might as well not keep it secret. So yes, I did communicate the games before, and as a result of that, they actually, in Rolfton, in the other town, what happened was, Daisy, who used to live here in Mateiio, showed up in Rolfton, and she even specifically said, oh yeah, I moved from Mateiio. So I knew that obviously you could get oh, I should have closed the gates. I got that you could receive villages through that, but I didn't know that would just extend to villagers who had already moved out of your town. So I guess the game keeps like a storage of like, as the game keeps a storage of villagers who have lived in your town but moved out, which I just thought was really interesting. Sahara is here today. Okay. Alright, well, that's enough of my second game for today. But yeah, I figured, yeah, I'll visit there at some point just to show that off, and I do want to see what Daisy will say to Spoon. Because Buck lives there, as was shown on the first day of Rolfton. he's just there by default, and Buck did used to live in Mateiio, although that was before I ever started filming stuff. So I don't know if Buck there will recognize me, because technically that's not the same Buck or whatever. Hey, refresh my memory. Have we spoken here before? Nope. Whoa, deja vu! But I heard that deja vu is something that actually just happens in your head. No, I feel like we've had that conversation before, but I don't know. So yeah, I don't know when Nook's... I'm assuming tomorrow it'll be closed. Which will be weird. Something happening to this town is really weird. Smoking my buddy. We're like family, right? Right, so family members hang out. I want to come over to your pad sometime. Okay. I don't know why I said yes to this. It has to be today, huh? Well, what about 6:50? Okay. Well, that's a little bit far. That's still what? Well, it's 47 minutes away. So I don't know if I'm gonna be playing for that long, so I might have to have to let poor Antonio down by not actually following through with that, unfortunately. We'll see what happens there. Maybe I'll make a cut so I can do that, because I don't think I've had a visitor really show up yet. Oh, I got a hominoid. I think I have that already. I don't remember. When did it rain? That's weird. It might just be that they just show up the day after rain has happened, but the game, like, tracks that rain has happened even if you haven't played during it. There was a rainbow a couple days ago, wasn't there? Maybe it's that. So I don't know if Nook's gonna be, like, you know, is gonna mention that the shop's gonna upgrade. It's probably not. No. So we'll just wait and see, I guess. Did I mention... Oh, yeah, I didn't mention this, actually, with the whole Daisy visiting... Oh, Daisy moving into the other town. She was actually wearing a custom design from this town. She was wearing the Almanite tee that I made. Oops. Which was, like, doubly interesting to me. I just think that's really cool, the way the games interact like that. And I believe that's a thing in as early as, the original? No, I definitely have that. Yeah, you know, the original Animal Crossing, because you could visit other towns by using their memory cards. But I don't know if it extended that far to, like, villagers moving between towns. I genuinely just don't know. Yeah, I have the number 67 shirt. The one I don't have is the number 4 shirt, which... That sounds like one that you think I'd see all the time. That's an item group C, so I'm going to assume that that's my rare group. So that's something else, is that I probably am going to be playing Rolfton at least briefly every day. I'm not going to be, you know, committing to it like I am with this. And, you know, like I've established, I'm not filming it because it's not the focus of the series. But I do want to check it, and I think I will check the items that show up there compared to the catalog here. And then I will, if I do this, I will do this, you know, I will film it. I can have, I could have, what's his face? I could have Shovel bring the items to Mateiio. And I guess you could make an argument if that's fair or not. But I mean, that's kind of the point of having different item rarities to begin with, is to encourage the multiplayer communication features. Obviously, I'm not exactly using them in the most intended of ways, considering I'm the other player, but whatever. I mean, they also didn't, you know, make the online features with the intention of it not working one day, and that's where we are now, so I am aware that there are methods to get it to work, but they're not ones that I'm really in the position to be able to do. Now, my phone is telling me it's low on charge, so I'm going to have to move, as is I've been collecting fossils as always, but I haven't found anything cool lately, and I'm getting hugely bored. I've got to man up. Let's go find something cool together. Let's see, how about a fossil from the awesome Plesiosaurus? Let's seek ancient history together. That's very specific. I've never seen that happen until, well, that was like the other day that he did that. Alright, let's just... Alright, we're gonna... No, hopefully this won't fall. This is a very professional setup. And now I have to lie down in a very awkward position for the rest of the episode. Okay, we're good. So, yeah, I will occasionally have visits between the two towns. And I do want to take Spoon to Rolfton, because I'd like to talk to those characters that I've met before. See that kind of dialogue. Oh, here's Sahara. Alright, let's just order these first. I'll talk to... oh no, I guess I might as well talk to Sahara now. I don't really feel like doing, like, all 4 characters doing Sahara's little mission today. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. Now, I'm gonna just... oh yeah, this is what I want to say. So with Rolfton at the second town, I'm just gonna call it Rolfton. I've pretty well established that by now. So this town, I don't do time travel and stuff like that. I play day by day. Minute matches. Well, it matches pretty closely. It's like off by a minute or 2, but I can't be bothered to change it. But point being, I play by, you know, the game's rules, basically. And that's the plan with Rolfton as well, because I don't want to just be like, oh, well, I could just go and get the stuff from the Acorn Festival right now and get it to Mateiio, because it's like, well, that's not... I don't really get that through the spirit of the game. I think as long as it's... and mind you, I'm not trying to, you know, gatekeep what you are and aren't allowed to do. This is just my, like, what I want to do. And what I want to do is try and keep it as, like, I guess, by the books as possible. Because, yeah, I think if I could time travel, then, like, I could just, you know, I could time travel and get every Sahara item, like, you know, in one day, because, and, you know, the same thing with, like, Red's items and stuff like that. And if that extends to this game, then that basically means I cheated in this game, but just without the, you know, it's technically just not an unofficial way of cheating, you know? So, like, yeah, I don't really... I think that's, you know... that makes sense. At least it makes sense to me. See, I'm probably not going to do anything particularly, quote-unquote, cheaty with that, second save file. Not that I can think of, at least. I mean, I guess time traveling is, like, the only method of it. I guess, oh yeah, also... raising up a bunch of money through, like, turnip, like, the turnip glitches that you can do, or, like, the infinite money glitch. It's the same kind of thing. Like, you know, if I'm gonna cheat, then what difference does it make, you know, by what game I do it in? Because if it all comes back to this game, then it's basically like I cheated in this game. Anyway. The thing I would use, the second game for legitimate money-making stuff would be, I can use its turnip prices to, you know, give me a better chance of getting a really good, turnip sale. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing turnips, though, but that is something I can do. I'm not restricting myself from that. And like, you know, I don't care what things come to Spoon through Rolfton, as long as it's done the same way that this game is doing it under the same rules. It'd be like, I guess a good comparison would be like if I'm like was doing something to like 100% a Pokemon game, and I was like, okay, I'm going to be fully legitimate in this copy, and then I get a second copy for trading, and I'm like, well, in this copy I can, you know, use action replay, which is like, but then it all comes back to the original game, so what was the point, you know? I hope I explained myself well. Mind you, I don't consider time traveling... Okay, well, it is cheating. I mean, by the game's rules, it is cheating. I just think that people have got to stop assuming that just because something is cheating, that automatically makes it bad. Like, cheating has a negative connotation, but it's not inherently bad in the sense that, like, cheating doesn't mean, oh, you're a bad person who wants the cheap way out. It just means you're doing it not by the, you know, proper intended way. But yeah, I mean, it is still cheating, at least in my opinion. If it wasn't cheating, they'd probably tell you to do it. In fact, it's considering the fact that turnips spoil if you time travel backwards, I'm, like, pretty sure that that is, like, a solid confirmation that it's considered cheating. And so I'm not cheating. The same way that, you know, glitches that get you a lot of progress are cheating. Hey! Now, one thing that's interesting about my second copy is that, like I explained with Daisy, that a villager who moves out, I could still have just in the other town, and they would still know me because they moved from this town. Now, I'm not going to do that with, at least with the characters I like, you know, the main 4 that I've got right there now. But I think what I might do is, because I've been pretty torn on the idea of getting rid of Poncho, I might have Poncho go there. Okay, Hugh is staying. Now, I don't exactly know how you get villagers to move, like, intentionally do it, like, or if you just sort of have to hope. But yeah, that's I think a good idea to do that. I'm an adult now, so I can't do that kind of thing anymore. What things? And Tom Nook, when he got obsessed with that kind of thing, all of Mateiio suffered. Oh, that many tears. I can't even see you. What the hell is he talking about? I watered this already, didn't I? Too bad, I'm watering it again. I'm probably not going to sell the red turnip once I grow it, by the way, because, I mean, I guess, I don't know about this. Okay, so Wendell, on my calendar that I did for March, I showed a little list of special visitors that I want to see and ones that I don't want to see. And initially, Wendell was on the side of I don't want to see him because he doesn't get you any items to the catalog. But he actually does. He gets you 2 items, and both of them are part of the, oh, sorry, I should... both of them are part of the Golden Axe trading event, which is a big thing. You can look it up if you're interested in knowing more about it. But basically, it's like a split path deal where one of them advances you down the event, and the other one kind of leads you to a dead end. I need that item, the dead end one. So I kind of want to... Yeah, and to trade with him, you need a red turnip. So that's why I've got one. And, you know, a 15,000 bell profit isn't anything that crazy to miss out on anyway. Hey, you been saving up for a rainy day or what? Whatever. What in that? How about that? I'm impressed. I guess you don't need my help anymore then. It's kind of sad, actually. I kind of depended on you depending on me. Okay, I guess I broke Peewee's, masculinity. I guess the other side of that whole thing with, you know, preserving villagers by sending them to Rolfton is I can do the opposite, where if there's a villager in Rolfton who I really fancy and I want to see in Mateiio, I could, you know, get them to move out of Rolfton, you know what I mean, like, wait for them to want to move out of Rolfton and then get them into Mateiio.
which would be, which could be really cool. So right now, there's... Did I just hold to Sahara? No. So right now, in Rolfton, there's Apollo, Buck, who I've had already, Daisy, who I've had already, Mo, who I like. I've had him in New Horizons before, and is that it? I think it's those. Oh, and Nibbles, who I think I've had her before as well, actually. Tropical Vista or Sandlot. Okay, hold on. I have to check the thing on the thing I need. Oh, God. I don't need either of those. Alright, let me think for a second. I'm trying to think about whether or not I should, do the Sahara mission multiple times today. Oh god, just let me tie my hair up as well. Oh, okay. So, I don't care. Yes, that's very rare. Thank you. So, I think I talked to everyone. So now all I've got to do now is... I think there's some flowers I messed up here. Yeah, so all of that to say that, the potential for having this second town is a bit higher than I initially thought. Because now I can sort of... I mean, here's the thing, like, I don't want to just, like... sorry, I'm just trying to... Oh, that's better. I don't want to just, like, mold Mateiio, like, to my very will. Like, you know, New Horizons style, where, like, every single villager is absolutely perfect and stays forever. Even though I do have that system kind of going on. I always want to see new villagers showing up, because I think it's good for variety's sake, both for the sake of the videos and also just because the visual variety is nice. It keeps the year more interesting, because, you know, a lot of days are just nothing, like, honestly. But yeah, so... where am I going with this? Right, so... Like, yeah, I think there might be some interest in the idea of bringing in some fun villages from Rolfton to Mateiio, but I will do it sparingly, I think, and also I'm not gonna, like... Those villages aren't, like, guaranteed to stay forever. It's just sort of something I want to do, you know, to see more villages in Mateiio. Now, I'm not picturing, like, oh, by the end of the year I've seen every single villager in this game in my one town, because that would be a bit ridiculous. Also, I should probably explain why I just bought a sapling. I just did that randomly. I realized, and I think I should read the notice book, because I probably should say this, that the cherry blossoms are coming up for spring, and the thing about the cherry blossoms is that they only apply to normal oak trees, of which my town is pretty sparse of. It's mostly fruit trees, cedar trees, and there's normal trees, but they aren't terribly common. So I want to replace, I want to replace some of my fruit trees with normal trees to so that I can, you know, I can guarantee that I get a lot of cherry blossoms going on when that season starts. I'd rather replace the trees just so I can guarantee that they end up growing and not, you know, I want to make sure they don't die. So, like, even here I might replace a couple. I just want to make it so basically, like, not everywhere you look there's a, not everywhere you look there's a cherry blossom maybe, but, like, I think there should be one like, you should be able to find one. It shouldn't take you long to find one. That's basically my idea. Also, I forgot to do the money tree today, so I gotta do that as well. So much stuff. Can you believe how speaking of turnips in my inventory? Now look at this. I couldn't bloody afford to have that luxury. Alright, I can't even get 1,000 bells out to do this. Can I just drop this? Okay, now get 1,000 bells and bury them. So yeah, that's my idea. Is I think there actually are more normal trees around here than I thought, but I still want to do it because, you know, it's the same thing that applies to this, the autumn season, that, the only trees that get affected by the different this seasonal changes, I believe, are the normal ones. At least the major ones. I think that all the trees still get covered in, like, snow and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just the plan. Because, I was in Rolfton, like, most of those trees are all normal trees, which made me realize how few normal trees are in this one by comparison. Mammoth torso. Okay. Well, that's not what I need for Poncho's sake. Also, I'm very sorry for this camera angle. It's very awkward, but I can't help it because of the surface. Okay. Alright, so I still have the decision to make on doing Sahara's mission as the other characters. Okay, for a cup of Java to pick you up, it's 200 bells. What blend would you like? The usual. Whatever you say. Now comes 1 cup of your favorite blend spoon. There we go. The perfect temperature to bring out the flavor. 176 degrees. 1 fresh brewed cup. Drink up. Thanks, I will. Today's blend boasts a mild flavor. It's quite drinkable for those with unrefined palates. Thanks. Oh yeah, real quick while we're in the roost, I guess I should also say this, that with Rolfton, I'm not gonna use it to get the rest of the KK music. Like, I'm not gonna do the KK song here, and then do the KK song on Rolfton, so that I can get, you know, more music, both either off-screen or on-screen, just because if I do it off-screen, then first of all, well, that's a lot of music that's not being heard, and obviously I am aware that I've already missed out on a lot of those songs, because this town is, you know, in progress, so it's had, you know, songs before. But my point being that from now on, all of the KK songs I get should be, you know, seen. So, yeah, that's, and I don't want to do 2 in one day, because I feel like that diminishes the actual, you know, value of seeing the first one. Not to mention, it would take a while as well. You know, I'm really into cocoa right now. I like to drink it by the jug because it warms my belly to the core. You know, your face kind of reminds me of that sweet, frothy cocoa. Cocoa. Does that make sense to you? Anyway, I'm feeling toasty just looking at you. That's a very weird thing to say. Nookway news. Oh, here we go. Make way for progress. Nookway will be expanding in our current location, so the store is closed on March 16th. Oh, that's so weird to see that message. Also, Cherry Blossom Watch. Each day gets warmer. Those buds are ready to burst. April 1st will be the best time to see. Wow. Oh my god, I can't believe that. Well, I mean, I can believe it, because I did the steps to activate it. What I mean is I can't believe that I've, you know, just gotten that. Like, the idea of this town, like, you know, getting something new happening to it is so weird to me. Like, I feel like the last time the store upgraded was probably, I don't know, it would have been ages ago now. Considering this town is at least 3 years old, I wouldn't be surprised if it was years ago. Like, 2 years ago, maybe. Yes, Spoon. I want you to know we'll be closed March 16th. I know it's sudden, but we're expanding, so it's all for the best, We'll benefit in the end, so I hope you understand. Benefits for all, you see. I guess that's like, oh, well, the store now is getting to people who don't even live, near the area. That must mean it's really good, which, that's totally true. But, should I talk about what the store grid will be like, or should I just let it, be shown? Yeah, why not? I'll just let it be a thing. Alright, so... I should probably deposit some of this money. I'll do that tomorrow, I reckon. What time is it? 6:28. Oh, why not? Why not? Let's, do Sahara's mission with the other characters. Maybe it'll be like Pascal the other week, and I'll get I'll get the last thing I need today. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna, make a room with all of the Pascal furniture, but I'm still conflicted on that, because I just... Oh, I guess that space room's pretty old by now, isn't it? Oh, Jesus. And that room is meant to be, like, interchangeable with, throughout the year. I change it as I please. But maybe I don't please right now, I don't know. I'll think about it, I guess. But anyway, let's, do this with fork. Fork is mad, I don't care. Alright, we're just gonna look for Sahara. That's all we're doing. And that's a different type of... I was gonna say horse. Camels aren't horses. I don't even know if they're, like, similar to horses in any way. Like, they're mammals. They're similar in the sense that they, have similar properties. But I mean, biologically speaking, or, like, evolutionarily speaking, I should say, are they similar? I don't know. I mean, really, if you think about it, there's no horses in the desert, but there are camels. Maybe camels are just desert horses. Horses that lived in a desert were like, damn, it kind of sucks being a horse living in a desert, and then they, got better at that. Very, eloquent, as you can tell. Oh, there she is. Now, as for doing something like Sahara's quest in Rolfton, I'm actually not sure on that, because it's not a particularly, interesting process. But, on the other hand, I don't want to just, because the idea is I'm not really going to record Rolfton. If I play Rolfton, I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it for my own sake, or for, like, it's unrelated. I don't know if in that case I would then, do anything like that would progress the kettle. I mean, on the other hand, yeah, actually, okay, I'm conflicted on that. I'm gonna think about that. Because I already said, yeah, I'll happily buy items. I guess what I can do, actually, this is what I'll do. I won't buy items, I won't have, shovel buy items and bring them to Mateiio. If I see an item that's new, I'll just have on that day I visit Rolfton. And that sounds like it's like, oh, wouldn't that, wouldn't you be doing that constantly? Probably not, because, I don't have a huge amount. I guess, yeah, it kind of depends, doesn't it? I'll think, maybe, this is very tricky, this whole thing. But yeah, I was playing Rolfton yesterday, and it's, very interesting going back to the early game, in that game, in this game, and it's interesting going back to the early game, because, obviously I've been playing this town primarily for so long, that I'm not very used to playing this game from the very beginning. So it's pretty interesting. Like, early money-making methods, which there's actually a surprisingly rich amount of. Like, shells, they go for way more than I would have assumed they do. You know, and shaking from trees, you can actually get quite a bit of money in furniture and stuff. And like I said, because of how many normal trees there are, which are the, you know, those are the trees that can have items and money in them, you get a lot of those just from the very beginning. Hey, Sahara. Okay, yeah. This is the closed road, I think? Yeah, so neither of these. Cop it. Now, I do recall that I'm actually missing a Western Vista. I have it in my catalog, but I don't have the item for some reason. I must have sold it or something. So, I need to... If I see that, and obviously if the closed road isn't an option, I'll pick that up, because I want to have all of those items that you're not allowed to reorder through the catalog. Right. Yeah, so I did say Ralston, like, oh, I could use the second town for flower breeding, so that I could get some rare breeds of flowers and have the conditions a little bit better for them, because in this town it's very bad to do good flower breeding, because there's so... Flower breeding basically requires, like, ideally at least, a pretty wide open area, so that flowers have room to actually breed, and that you can, you know, compact them all together, so checking them is just as easy as going to one location. In this town, there's very few places that are great for flower breeding, that if I do want to do it, I just sort of have to spread it around, which is kind of inconvenient. So Ralston, I'm probably just going to have a giant section of the town that I just flatten out completely and just shove flowers on there and have them breed for stuff. And then I can bring those flowers over for some nice decoration, which should be nice. And that's something that I don't think matters if I film it or not, because, yeah. But yeah, I want to make, because there's some, like, you know, like, roses, I mean, all types of flowers. There's ones that I, you know, just haven't seen many of. And I think, in the final state, I should say, of Mateiio, I reckon the flowers will actually be pretty well coordinated to different parts of the town. At least that's the ideal situation, because right now there's just flowers everywhere, which still looks good in its own right, I'll say, but I think it can look better. I've been a Twitter with anticipation. He's been a Twitter. I guess if, like, A as a prefix usually means, like, no. Like, none of it, you know? So a Twitter is, like, against Twitter. Don't really, disagree with that. Others are probably hate Twitter. There's a lot of misinformation on there. Now, it was a Western Vista, I believe, that I don't have, rather than a Western Desert. But I'll still get the Western Desert anyway, because it doesn't matter, because I already have the Lunar Horizon. Alright, we have one more chance with Scoop. What was the time I said for Antonio to come over to my house? It was like, was it 6:55? I don't know what time it is now. I'm trying to, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it just to wait around for some, like, a small amount of dialogue. Let me look. Alright, but we've got the final set of deliveries for today. with Scoop. Oh man, there's no. Oh wow, you're right here. That's really convenient. I really hate it whenever I have to sit at my charging station, which is just my bed. There's no better place to do this. I should just be prepared, right? But nope. Scoop's got a very interesting zebra, like, dress shirt on. That's interesting. What time is it? Buddy, okay, yeah, no, I'm not gonna wait till 6:55. It's just so annoying how long they take, because in New Leaf it was great, because they'd just be like, hey, can I come over? And you'd be like, yeah, okay, and then they can, you can just, you know, do it. But in this game, they want to be fancy, like, oh, let's schedule something, but it's just kind of annoying, because I'm not going to be playing at those later times. I mean, I could schedule it, like, so far ahead that I'm not going to be playing by then. I'm not going to be recording by then, and then I can just come back later, but, like, then what's even the point? Do, 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 do. One thing I wonder about flower breeding in an isolated area is, or like, I guess I should say, if the town is full of just the flower breeding, is if, like, how successful it would be. Because basically every day the game is like, it plants new flowers, and it decides whether or not those new flowers are going to be the result of breeding, or they're just going to spawn in. Because that's the thing, they just have flowers spawn in naturally, so that, you know, if you'd have no flowers, you can still get some more. So I wonder if, I guess if you prevented all those flowers, like places that you don't want flowers to grow, like with, you know, tile patterns on the ground or whatever, then you could, I guess, isolate flower spawns to a very specific area, and then probably make flower breeding more efficient. I don't really know how it works, honestly. All I know is that in this game it's generally pretty simple. In New Horizons they added the idea of phenomes and genomes and all that crap with genetics, where the parents, like, some red roses are different from other red roses because some of them came from different conditions, like because some of them have parents and some of them, you know, don't or whatever, and it's like so confusing. And that's the only way to get blue roses in that game, is from using parent, or like some weird oh, excuse me, some weird, like, type of a red rose that is indistinguishable in appearance from a regular red rose. None of that's in this game, which, thank God. I'd hate to deal with something as stupid as that. Alright, please. No. Okay, that was a waste of time. Ugh. I'm only groaning because of the fact I had to sit in this horrible position and do this. Maybe I'm just old. I feel like I'm just aging rapidly, and this is... Ugh, okay, that's gonna be it for today. I'm very excited, though, to have that second copy, and the fact that Nooks is actually gonna upgrade is insane to me. Like, just the thought of it. You know what? Actually, I should do that. Actually, we should soak in Nookway one final time, because it's the last time we're going to be seeing it in Mateiio, because it's permanently going to be replaced. Tomorrow it'll be under construction. But by the 17th, that's so crazy. Like, let's just, like, look at the building. Look at that nice green trim, the yellow. It's nice, you know. We're going to go in and listen to that music one final time. Man, like, I've been hearing this theme for so long now. I can't even imagine what it's gonna be like not hearing it anymore. I know it's small, it sounds stupid, but, like, God, I mean, I play this game every day, you know? So having a change, such a big change like this is gonna be so weird. But, yeah, that's gonna be it for today. So tomorrow we won't have Nooks. Which means, I guess, I don't think that means anything, does it? Because Saturday, no, it shouldn't have any complications. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I will see you tomorrow.